Alright, y'all, we back. And we got the trailer here for the Awakening Heroes and Ratatatatatatatata. So let's go ahead and watch this bad boy. Alright, we're starting with Lucina, it looks like. New rearmed hero joins the battle. Lucina could be interesting, of course. She's got the new axe. And someone brought this to my attention. I didn't notice this yesterday during the Fate channel, but why is Lucina's armor protecting everything except the most important part of her that needs protection? Don't ask me, man. You could do this to Camilla. Like, Camilla is known for doing this. Her armor is already designed in that way, but not Lucina, man. Why Lucina gotta be showing all the goods like that? Come on, man. Lucina's better than this. Okay, regardless, Lucina is an axe cavalry type. And this armor basically just looks like Frederick's armor to me. So let's go ahead and see what's cooking up with Lucina's kit. Alright, stats are right here. We saw her at like all stats up 6 in the thing the other day in the trailer. So let's see what she's got going on here. Future Sight. So that's Future Vision Plus, I would assume. Alright, and then she's going in for the initiation here on this Axeman. So, Arcane Prima, or Threma, as I should say. A lot of people brought this to my attention. The P, or the thing that looks like a P in Norse is pronounced with a TH. So, it's Arcane Threma. Alright, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -6 on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. Okay, chain debuff weapon. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit, inflicts all stats -X on the foe, where X is the highest penalty on each stat between target and foes in 2 spaces of target, calculates each stat penalty independently, neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown acceleration to foe or inflicts guard on unit. Tempo built in, that's really sick. For an arcane axe, wow. We could not have axed for better. Axed for better, get it? On unit during combat, and also if unit speed is better than foe speed, gets null follow-up. So, pretty good. Yeah, so we got the null follow-up axe as we wanted, but as an added bonus, it's got tempo built in there. We didn't expect that. Then it's also giving all stats of 5, of course, -1 special trigger, and it's got a debuff on the enemy based on their highest penalty already active. So, assuming that the enemies are at all stats -7, which there are definitely ways to get a lot of debuffs nowadays with like the level 3 or level 4 ploy skills, the gold border ones. We've got snag or level 4 snag skills. We've got also the ruse level 4s now. So debuffing is at an all-time high. So this is going to be a pretty solid effect here. Actually, this is like the next level of arcane weapons, because the arcane dagger did this as well. Arcane Nihility. It gives all stats of 5 and then a debuff all stats -X based on the highest penalty on the enemies. So like, are we about to see like next level arcane weapons that have this effect tacked in there now as well? It seems that way. That's what seems to be going on here. Also, the debuff to attack and defense is on the closest foes, so it doesn't matter how far away they are. Lucina could be on the bottom right of the map, and the enemies could be on the top left, and they're going to be taking attack and defense -6, regardless of how many spaces away that is. So, chain debuffing with no range at all is really strong. Future Sight, unit and target ally swap spaces, grants attack and speed of 6. Treachery, and if unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack during combat by 40%. You get Treachery and dodge off of this shit? Yo, that's pretty wild. And then attack and speed up 6 also. And then grants another action to Lucina herself. This is really strong, by the way, because you can pop Future Sight twice in a row. Lucina doesn't get isolated, unlike Crom does when he uses to change fate. So, this is a very strong assist. Alright, she has Attack and Speed Clash 4 as the A skill. Would have been nice if they gave her Flared Sparrow. Speed and Defense Snag 4. Okay, and wait. Speed and Defense Snag? That's the symbol for Speed and Res Snag. Y'all ain't slick. It's supposed to be yellow, not blue. Okay, alright, so they just shadow drop speed and res snag, I guess, I don't know. And then alarm def res, I don't know if she wants this, but it gives her Kanto, though. Actually, there are some rare units that would actually want to have this. Some rare cav units that do specialize in defense and res. There's not too many, but basically the idea is because she has that, she's getting attack and speed up 6. Her arcane weapon inflicts penalties, can empower herself and an ally to smash foe defenses after swapping. Yeah. She can empower herself with armor that doesn't hide her shame, right? Oh, jeez. This female empowerment, according to Japan, guys. Okay, so I guess Ratatatatatatatata. Oh, no. It's not her. It's Severa up next. Okay. So, pouty face, Severa. She is always pouting, I swear to God. So, sword infantry type for her. Striving sword, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of X to unit during combat. X is 25% of foes' attack at the start of combat. -4 with a max of 14 and a minimum of 5. Okay. So, in order to get the maximum, what would you need? So, 14 times 4, which would be 56 -4, 52. So, the enemies need to have 52 attack? Am I doing that right? Why do I feel like I'm not doing that right? I'm probably reversing it. No, it's +4. So, 14 times 4, which is 56, +4, which is 60. So, if the enemies have 60 attack, she's getting all stats of 14. And believe me when I say every unit now has over 60 attack. So, let me know if you guys think all stats of 14 is solid. Also, inflicts guard on the foe per attack, and also when units attack triggers unit special, neutralizes DR effects from non-special skills. Okay, so she's got DR piercing innately. Very nice for melee types. There's not too many melee units that just delete DR like this. So it's nice to get options that can. You can run Special Spiral 4, of course, but, like, this is a little different. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally and foe's attack triggers unit special, unit's next attack reduces damage by X% effect from foe's non-special skills, resets at the end of combat. Wait a second, hold on. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally and foe's attack triggers unit special, unit's next attack neutralizes enemy DR effects from foe's non-special skills. So she can get this off with GLR. And they gave the first portion there nullify DR in case she wants to run a damaging special. So she can actually do both. She can run godlike reflexes and nullify DR, or run something like Bonfire, Ignis, whatever, and nullify DR there. So they gave her like 2 options for her specials. Alright, so she does that, and then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally and special triggers before or during combat, grants special cooldown count -2 after combat. So she has innate Special Spiral 4 that procs off GLR, which is pretty fire because she has GLR. We got attack and speed finish 4, buffer 4. Oh, buffer 4. At the start of turn 1, if foe's attack can trigger unit special, grant special cooldown count -2. Okay, so what is this? Level 4 shield pulse? Inflicts speed and defense -4 on the foe during combat. If a skill compares unit speed to foes or allies' speed, you get phantom speed 7. If unit speed is better than foe speed, gets DR. And from AoE, from regular attacks and AoEs by difference between stats ×5 with a max of 50. Yeah, this is literally special shield pulse 4. Okay, well, we'll take that. I mean, on a unit that can re-up godlike reflexes over and over like this, I'm taking that. I don't know why they need to do a little blurb for every unit now. Was that necessary? Are these trailers not long enough? There we got Laurent here, the Elucidator. I love that. He's got this sick-ass title there. His flavor text is so badass, and then he's a demote. Right? That don't work that way, guys. Alright, he's the first demote colorless tome, by the way, so you can easily get him, well, not easily, but over time you can get him +10 without, like, really investing too many orbs. Infantry colorless tome. Hard to really say how to build him, though, because, of course, Are we getting an Arcane Colorless Tome? I can't really say. We actually might. But there's not a lot of colorless tomes that even need to inherit a weapon, because a lot of them just have perf weapons out the gates, other than this guy and the old lady. So the Deer Tome is basically Spider Plushie, except the tome. Attack up 5 to you, attack -5 to the foe, inflict guard. Iceberg, attack res ideal, and Rouse, attack res. Alright, very bread and butter kit there. They couldn't give him, like, attack res finish 3 instead. Come on, man. It's literally, it's about to be 2024, and they can't give us some better passives on the demotes. Alright, so here is finally Ratatata. Alright, new Mythic Hero joins the battle. Alright, Squirrel Girl in action. I don't know, something about her, she just... I said this already, but she looks kind of off to me. I don't know, she's like Felicia, except Felicia the Fox. I don't know, if Felicia were a fox, or a squirrel, or whatever. Okay, Cavalry type movement, and then Blue Beast. She's going to be free to play, of course. Everyone gets 1 copy on the house as soon as you complete the first chapters of Book 8. World Tree Tail, 14 might, 1 range, Kanto 2. Oh, she only has Kanto 2? How come she was moving so many spaces in the trailer yesterday? I thought she was moving like 4 spaces. Alright, whatever. So she's got Kanto 2 built in. -1 special trigger. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Grants attack speed up X to unit, where X is 9 -3 times the number of allies with HP over 40% with a minimum 0. How much is that? Okay, X 9 -3 times the number of allies with HP over 40%. At the start of the fight, that should be +9, because nobody's going to be hurt yet. You got to watch out for the bolt trap, though, because if you step on a bolt trap and all your units end up getting shipped on HP, that's not going to be good. So, she is a Aether Raid's offense mythic hero, so just be a little careful about the bolt trap there. Grants special acceleration on hit to unit per attack, and reduce damage from foes' first attack by 40% during combat. First attack normally means only the first attack, and this one works on brave attacks now, so... Same thing with Kvaser. She has protection against brave attacks, which is really good. At the start of turn, if unit is adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, or is not adjacent to anyone, unit transforms. If unit transforms, grants attack up 2 to unit. Inflicts attack and defense -Y on foe during combat, where Y is the number of spaces from starting position to ending position of whoever initiated, +3 with a max of 6. Oh, this is the same exact one as Aether had. The beast transformation effect that was introduced by Aether. I don't know. That one said X, though. This one says Y. I guess they didn't want to have, like, X on 2 different things. So because she has X on the first part of her passive, they used a different variable. Alright, whatever. This is not calculus. You don't need to do all these variables. Alright, we got Luna, attack speed clash 4 once again, just like on Lucina. They really don't want to give us Flared Sparrow, huh? She would be a good unit with Flared Sparrow being a offensive mythic type. Beast Agility 4 removes condition to transform, inflicts speed and defense -4 on the foe during combat, and if unit speed is better than foe speed, gets null follow-up pretty much. And also unit deals damage equal to 10% of unit speed. That's not quite as good as the other one that we had. Beast Sense 4, I think, was a little better, the one from Aether, where you're getting dodge and then you're also getting phantom speed light. I guess 10% true damage based on speed is nice. Full-on null follow-up when you transform. Speed and defense -4. It's okay. Yeah, I guess this is okay, but I feel like Beast Sense 4 has probably got a little more stock to it. Although this is giving null follow-up, though. Beast Sense didn't give null follow-up, so this could be a little more offensive if you want that. Mending Heart. We've already seen this already in the Fate Path, or the Fate channel. So after she acts, even when Kanto triggers, she applies Divine Vein Green to her space and then spaces in 2 spaces of that space. Recovers 7 HP to allies in 2 spaces after combat. If she initiates or is in 2 spaces of an ally, she gets all stats of 4, inflicts guard on the foe, and then also gets 7 HP back to herself at the end of combat. So what's really good about this, being an offensive mythic hero, and it's only when she takes an action, so you could just end turn with her and she's going to activate Divine Vein Green. The reason why that's good is because you don't necessarily need to initiate a round of combat with her in order to do this, and Mending Heart or Divine Vein Green is going to be very good for Aether Raid's offense teams, where you can block out the enemies with Warp Bubble and stop them from warping in. This is effectively going to be more potent than Gatekeepers, because let's say you have her move in 3 spaces, you have her break a structure and then Kanto back. She's going to have 2 setups of the Divine Vein Green, and you can set it up like all over the place depending on how you move her with Kanto. Then you could even like dance her with a Dancer and then have her move back and repo the Dancer out of the way and get a 3rd proc of Divine Vein Green. So there's a lot of things you can do here. You can also give her Gale Force, which should give her 3 procs of Divine Vein Green naturally. If she attacks the enemy, she ramps into Gale Force. She did have acceleration on hit on her weapon, right? So like you could end up doing that, and then she attacks, she Gale Forces, that's 1 Divine Vein Green. She attacks again, another Divine Vein Green, then she cancels out of the way, and that's a 3rd Divine Vein Green. So lots and lots of setup of this Warp Bubble effect here. It's going to be very good for her in Aether Raid's offense. Can't really say too well how it's going to be in Summoner Duels. I don't think it's going to be as potent as Gatekeeper in there, because it's not like you can just break a structure and then move out of the way. There are actually like breakable walls though on some of the maps in Summoner Duels, so maybe. But I don't know. I feel like this is more so a tool for Aether Raids than it is for Summoner Duels. And you got to watch out for Pass too, because Pass is still going to get the best of you if the enemies are smart enough to run Pass and get through your Warp Bubble with that. And the banner drops. It's not actually tonight. I thought it was tonight because 12/6 is going to be tonight, but it's not actually tonight because they use Pacific time instead of regular Eastern time that I'm in. So the banner is dropping tomorrow along with Book 8, and we're going to get the data mine tomorrow. And we can spark twice on this banner if you want to. So I guess if you need more copies of Squirrel Girl alongside Lucina, you could spark for both of them. But I don't really think you need more copies of her, Squirrel Girl, than the first free one that you're going to get from the story. Lucina, maybe. You could go for the spark for Lucina, get another copy of her. She seems pretty good. Her weapon is actually really good. So maybe, but overall, I don't think this is really a banner worth summoning too hard on. Doesn't seem like there's anything too crazy here. Severa's new beast skill is really cool. Other than that, like, that's just about it. I don't think there's anything, like, too mold-breaking here. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas. And I'll catch y'all again tomorrow when we get the data mines.